Hi, I'm Jill Roberts, and I'm an alpha. I like saying that. I am an alpha. I've learned so much this last year since I discovered Starla. And it was Renee Christine that first told me about Starla. She said, if you have any questions about Etsy SEO or just doing things on Etsy and making it successful, to look for Starla. And I did, and I discovered y'all's weekly videos and or weekly coffee bean things, and I try to find them when I can. I've really learned a lot. Thank you all very much. We are located in Hutto, Texas, which is a little town outside of Austin. And this is my ceramic room. Let me step aside here. And you can see my work table and my coffee cup. There's a couple molds there. And my kiln is in the back. And then more molds. My husband built this room for me about a year and a half ago, and it's air conditioned. It has a TV. I'm so spoiled. I can just be out here and work and have a good time. And this is where I listen to the Coffee Bean on Fridays, whenever I can, whenever I'm not at work. And today's my birthday, and I won't tell you how old I am. But I'm kind of getting up there. I have adult children, that's all I'll say. I almost didn't make this video, and I'm still not sure if it's something I'm gonna send. I almost didn't make it because I thought I wasn't worthy of being Alpha of the Year. My sales are not where I want them. I've gone through almost the whole program of the Handmade Alpha Academy, but not all of it, and I've been slowly, when I can, try to implement the changes that I need to be to, have my listings look better and my website and my store look better, and it's really getting there. I'm a lot happier when I go through the search for unpainted ceramics, and I'll find some of the listings on page 1. Not only are they mine, but before I notice they're mine, I go, oh, that listing looks good. And then I'll look and it's like, oh, yeah, that's mine. And it looks good and it's on page 1. How awesome. Thank you for that. That's just been so wonderful. I've really learned a lot about taking better pictures and editing them. I still kind of struggle with iPicky, but it's a learning thing. I'm still going to practice. I actually use an old copy of Picasso, and that's what I use most of the time. But I know it's not as good a program as iPicky is. Some of my struggles with Etsy. I joined Etsy in 2008, in January of 2008, after I heard about it, and I had been in Mississippi, and left all my friends from Texas here, and I didn't have anybody that I was doing craft shows with, and I was working really hard, and I didn't really have a lot of time to do craft shows, but I still wanted to do ceramics and make jewelry and do the things that I did. So Etsy was just perfect, and it was a very slow going thing. I didn't look at it as a career. I looked at it as a way to help pay for my ceramic supplies, and it was such a rush when somebody bought something that they made. It's like, ooh, you like this enough to spend money on it. That is so cool. So I did that. I've taken some SEO classes over the years, and that's helped a lot. But I always dreamed of being able to make my living doing something from my creativity, be it making jewelry, doing writing, doing my ceramics, instead of what my regular 9-to-5 job is, which is physical therapy. Although I'm semi-retired from that now. It was always my dream, but I never did well enough, and I'm still not there. I don't know. I'm still just not there. It's hard to get enough made. But I've learned a lot. I've pivoted a lot over the years, and most recently my pivots have been going to making things that are more easily renewable, not one-of-a-kind item. I started out, it was the big focus was on doing one of a kind. And so now I've got my unpainted ceramics, which are easy to renew, and they always look about the same. And that was my big pivot, because in 2020 with COVID, people were bored. They bought up a lot of ceramic statues to paint. So that was awesome, and they're still doing that. And it's so neat when people tell you, oh, I bought these cows for my granddaughters because they found a ceramic cow that their mom made me, so they wanted to make me a cow. Or just different things that you find out about why people buy your things. I am communicating a lot more with my customers and developing more of a relationship with them, and just finding out why my item is special to them, why it's a really neat thing in their life. And that makes me feel good. That makes me feel as good as getting paid for it, just knowing that it was a special thing for the family. I've learned a lot about making my shop look better. I think it has a lot more of a cohesive look, kind of going with the light blue ocean theme. And I have not been able to redo all of my pictures yet, but slowly they're getting done. And they're looking better, and I'm working a lot on editing them to where they look nice. There's always some stuff. I'm learning a lot more about SEO and different strategies for doing SEO. I've learned so much about the E-Rank. I didn't know you could do half of that stuff, but I bet it's because I never had E-Rank Pro before. And so I'm learning a lot more about that. One thing that's learning is my last couple of weeks have been not as good a sales as they had been. And I could look, and while some of the other ceramic shops were selling, I think they were big factories, so a lot of them were still selling. They weren't selling as much as they used to sell, so they were down too. And then some people just weren't selling. It was just that, for my area, it was just not as not booming as much as it was. But it'll get better, and I keep doing what I've always known to do and what Starla says. Just keep making more stuff, because one of my limiting factors at Christmas last year was I would run out of my products. And so I'm not going to run out of stuff as easily this year. I am in here still making things and having a good time. Thank you so very much. Whether or not you choose me for Alpha of the Year, I want to thank both you and Marc, Starla, and all of the other people for your encouragement and and your teaching. It's not even always the big things that you teach. Sometimes it's just the little things that just keep going. It's okay. Here's how you do the photo editing. Here's how you do this. And it's really all just meant a lot to me. Thank you so very, very much. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I've decided that being an alpha is not necessarily a goal. It's a journey. And that a good alpha will probably, always be on a journey to improve the shop, your goods, your customer service, and keep pivoting to meet the needs of the world and with whatever's going on. So thank you so very, very much for everything that you've done. And I hope y'all have a great day. See ya. Bye.